I figured while I am doing just a little bit of work here, I would do a Let's Chat. Um, Today's gonna be busy. Woke up bright and early, and I've just kind of gone done all my chores, and I've done a bunch of different work this morning, and honestly, it's been great. So yeah, it's been really great. So I figured why not take a sec and just hang out with you guys. I would love to get some more cigar recommendations from you. That would always be a cool thing. As said, I've had less cigars as late just because, yeah, the pollen here has been real bad, and so my sinuses get like kind of inflamed from it. To be honest with you, so that's where I'm like, it's like, hey, if you're on, say hi, say what's up, how are you, real fast. Check this out. Look at this farmer's tan, guys. Look at this farmer's tan. Like, isn't that spectacular? I'm like two different people. Isn't that crazy? It's like very pasty up here and more southern as we get down there. Got more of that tan going. Um, yeah, guys. But anyway, very cool. Anyway, just say hi. I had a video where I went over my current cigar haul. I'm about to buy a bunch more cigars, so would love your recommendations. Um, yeah, as I said, would love your recommendations. So please, if you would, tell me what your current go-to cigar is, what you'd recommend I try out. Yeah, what you'd recommend I try out. I would love to hear it. Um, yeah, I would love to hear it. So yeah, what's your thoughts, man? What do you think? What are you smoking at this time? Anything good? Anything great? You know, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, just let me know. Um, I had the absolute honor. I got home the other night and I got a great little got a great little surprise in the mail, and it was the IRS sent me a letter. I was like, oh well, it happens, whatever. I checked the letter, and it is. I checked the letter, and it is from the IRS, and they're like, "Hey, you paid your taxes online. Congratulations! Big congratulations to you. So you paid your taxes online. Here's a letter saying this," and I thought it was pretty funny. Um, I said I got a good laugh out of it, but got a good laugh out of it, but I guess sigh of relief. But if you've ever been audited before, it's definitely a 0 out of 10 experience. Don't recommend, but it happens to the best of us. But anyhow, yeah, just chilling. Yeah, my humidor is. Yeah, my humidor is kind of small at the moment. Well, not small, but my humidor lacks variety at the moment. It simply lacks variety, and I want more variety in my humidor. So, as of late, it's like my current interest is buying more mild to medium bodied sticks. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy at all. Nothing too crazy at all. So I'd love to hear. Would love to hear what you are smoking, what you're having. Um, I actually do. Give me recommendations on here. I actually do indeed take them. Hmm. I do take them, and I do take them seriously. So thank you. That is very much so appreciated by me. so please give away. I like to get my fluids in early in the morning, especially as I get older, because I pee more as I get older. Um, so look at me. So this is not coffee in my cup. This is White Monster in my cup with ice cubes in it, like a very classy guy. Gotta get those heart palpitations going somehow. I went through a White Monster phase many moons ago, and I'm back into my White Monster phase. I can't say it pairs great with cigar, but some people say White Monster pairs great with absolutely everything. So what can we say? It's a great start to the morning. But if you happen to hop on, say hi. I will say a great thing is I've been in great help as of late, which has been outstanding. I've definitely enjoyed that a lot. So that's been a great thing for me. Hey, if you're on, say hello. How are you? How is your day going? Um, Give me a shout. Is that what we say? Give me a shout. Say how it's going. Give me a shout. No shouts. That's okay. I'll be here just chill in my in the blanket as I get a few things done this beautiful day. Give me a shout, shout, sing it, or say it. What's up? How that song goes? I forgot. However that song goes, but it's a classic. I was at a place yesterday and they were playing Pink Floyd albums the whole time, and I was like, I like this joint. Hey, if you play Pink Floyd, I like you. We can be the best of friends. But tell me what you're smoking, what you're having. What you're smoking, what you're having, all that good stuff. I'm trying to build some muscle. I kind of have muscles, but smaller at the moment. But I'm trying to get a little bit of size on me. Just a little bit of size. I feel like the more muscular you are, the better life can be. I stumbled across, is it the looks maxing guys on YouTube? I watched like 5 minutes, but it's great. That stuff is great. Is your face asymmetrical? Asymmetrical? Symmetrical, where that is. Uh, um, get jaw surgery. Make sure you use this skincare product. Blah blah blah. Like I absolutely loved it. I've never used skincare in my life. I mean, maybe one time ever, but I've been blessed. I have really good skin, which is nice. I've been blessed. I tend to look quite a bit younger than I am, which is also great. If you are a single guy like me and you want to get a wife, it definitely is helpful. Ooh, on short Cohiba. Depends on the Cohiba. I think you're just talking about the length of cigar, right? That's not actually the official cigar. So I'm not the biggest fan of most Cohibas, to be honest with you. What's a Siglo 6? Is that the classic one? So I was blessed. One of my buddies gave me a Siglo 6 to smoke with him, a Cuban one. That was excellent. I think that's like, yeah, oh yeah, the 10 pack. They're good. They're good. They're good. Like I'm not blown away. They're good. Yeah, when I've smoked them, so the Cuban ones I do like more than the, I guess, I forget who, is it Honduras? Is it Honduras or Dominican Republic that makes the ones you get here in the States, or the New World cigars? That one I'm not blown away by, to be honest with you, but the Cuban one I thought was really good. Um, I think the Cuban one is a little bit stronger, so I did enjoy that quite a bit. I know that my friend, who is, he has a even far better cigar knowledge than me. He was like, he was like, it's kind of fine. Um, I think his opinion was, he was like, I would much rather buy a bunch of Opus X's and smoke those compared to a Cohiba all day, every day. And to be honest with you, I kind of find myself in that category. I would say that in my head, so I know guys who like, who are super wealthy, right? And think nothing of smoking a $150 stick. Like, their income is so immense that they're not affected by, just smoking $150. Those guys, they tend to like swear by Cohibas and say they're incredible. And like this one guy I know, like, he was in Australia where the prices are far higher than the States, and he was saying he was smoking Siglo sixes. I think he spent like $200 Australian per cigar, just his post dinner cigar, and he was talking about just how it was great and he loved it. Sadly, I don't know, man. I just don't. The price tag doesn't justify it to me. Like, it's just too expensive. Like, for me, as I'm still being cheap and frugal, you know what I mean? Which is like great. Like, I'm a cigar guy, but I'm gonna be cheap. Like, that's exactly what you want to hear. Um, yeah, I agree with you there. It's like, it's good, not the best. I think it's more, I like, it's kind of like Davidoff, where like everyone smokes Davidoff, and I feel like you're just smoking the brand. Like, I don't think Davidoff is like, I don't think it's that great, to be honest with you. Like, I've smoked, you know, at this point, like, decent amount of them. And every time I've smoked one, I've had the same experience where I smoke it and I'm like, I can get something else I enjoy so much more that's like, half the price, if not a third of the price. And, and money and is so relative to people. As I said, some guys, like I said, I have friends who can just like, $150 stick, not a big deal. They make an income, they're multimillionaires who can afford to smoke whatever, and they buy Cubans all the time. And prices, money's not an object for them, so it's not that big of a deal. But I am like, I mean, I do well, but like, I do well, but not, you know, the ability to just be smoking $150 cigars daily well. Um, I mean, I guess I could, but it probably wouldn't be the best financial decision for me to be doing so. But yeah, as I said, like, it's one of those cigars where like people like them and people seem to hype them up, but I'm just not like blown away. Like, I really do like a lot of what AJ Fernandez makes. There's one brand. Shoot, I feel bummed. I'm forgetting the brand. It's a Chinese company, actually, that one of my friends has been speaking super highly of, and he's been telling me it's a great cigar, and it's like $25 a stick. That he was saying that Don Tomatoes Classico. Let me see. I think I know that cigar. I'm gonna look this up real fast, just to remember. Let me see. Remember what this one is. But yeah, no, I said like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've smoked this before. Yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not a bad stick. I mean, online now it sells for like $10 a stick, but I've definitely smoked this one before. I remember I saw that one in the shop or lounges I went to in Texas, like where I'm at. I don't see that one. Maybe it's at the shops. I just don't notice it. I just don't notice it as often. Um, Jake Wyatt. That's one that's reasonably priced, and I was really surprised how much I liked it. Jake Wyatt. I forget the name, but it's the one with kind of the greenish looking wrapper. I thought that was really good in my opinion. Um, like I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I would, to be quite honest with you. Let me see real fast. I'm gonna reach over here. Beauty of having a studio apartment. Things tend to be closed, but I'll reach over here and pull out just a couple ones that are quite good in my opinion. Um, so this is a AJ Fernandez, I believe. El Pulpo, is it El Pulpo? El Pulpo. I've talked about this one before. I like the octopus on it. This one was very, very good in my opinion. Um, Great flavor, great smokes very evenly, very well made, very well constructed. This one I think normally goes for like $18 a stick at shops, and this one I found very, very good in my opinion. So this is the Opus X I have on me, which is Angel. Is it Share or Angel? Is that Angel Share? It's called. Um, Opus X, I always enjoy. I've always been impressed by every Opus X I've smoked, and I just love I love I guess it's the wrapper there, um, the binder or whatever it is. It just looks so sharp in my opinion. I love the way it looks, but every Opus X I've smoked, I've always found to be really exceptional. So definitely no complaints from me there. I've always enjoyed that one a lot. Here's the CLE here. This is pretty good for the money. And well, evidently my humidor is working because this feels great. Um, but this one here is at a Prieto. The first one I smoked of these, I smoked it, and it wasn't stored properly, and so the whole thing fell apart on me. Disappointed. Bought another one, smoked it. I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Not like amazing, but for the money, it's good. Not a bad time. If I'm stuck in the woods with one, that's all I have to smoke. It's not going to be too bad. Norteno, Herrera Selly by Drew Estate. Drew Estates. So this one here, very good. I don't think they make this style anymore, if I'm not mistaken, or I've been told. But this is Insidious. I feel like I've heard that one. Feel like it. Yeah, I do like a lot of cigars that have a natural sweetness to the tobacco. I do enjoy that a lot. Yeah, I definitely enjoy this quite a bit. This is cracking a bit on me, which is disappointing, but um, honestly, judge me as you will, but I've always enjoyed my Romeo and Julietas. Always enjoyed the cigars. Definitely bought boxes on numerous occasions in my life of those, or been gifted boxes. I've definitely enjoyed them a lot. I know I feel like a bunch of like the people online are like, it's not amazing or not that great. But I'm like, I've always had a great experience. So no complaints from me, my brother. No complaints from me over here. So that one's always been great in my opinion. So, I mean, for the money, it's hard to beat. But hell, I know one of my good friends who has great taste with cigars. Um, loves smoking Gurkhas, and a lot of guys don't love Gurkhas, but he's like Gurkhas are his go-to, which you notice military men tend to love their Gurkhas because that's what they sell, right? That's what my friends tell me in the military. They sell that on base. So um, I I notice my military buddies tend to really like Gurkhas a lot, or my military buddies tend to always have one nearby or have one in their humidor. Um, so no complaints from me there. As I said, I've kind of like I haven't had a lot of cigars lately, just because the pollen here gets pretty bad. Um, what Brad? What is up, man? What is up, Brad? It is a good morning. I've been up since I don't know. It's 10 a.m. here, and I've been up since about 6 a.m. just doing work and groceries and stuff like that. Like I'll say, like I'm a pretty productive person, but pretty productive. But I know it's like I kind of have to have time in my day just to chill, which is partly why I love cigars so much. But um, I find for myself personally, just like once a week, taking an hour and good for you, man. Coffee and smoke is great. So I actually switched it up today. I've been having less coffee as of late. I switched to a Celsius just because I can, buy a bunch and just throw in my fridge so I can just wake up. I have it. I know exactly how much caffeine is in it. So I notice like I kind of feel like even keel throughout the day when I have that. So, and I have less caffeine because I get tempted to drink too much coffee. So I notice I'm just like less like jittery all day, which is great. But um, I went ahead and bought a big thing of white monsters on sale. So I actually have white monster in my cup, right? I'm drinking out of a cup. Like, how classy am I with ice in it? Crazy, right? But what are you smoking? Um, what are you smoking? To be honest with you, if I smoke anything soon, it'll probably be a Bolivar. Will probably be my go-to. But as I said, 2 pots a day. You go hard in the paint, young man. Hard in the paint. I have a bunch of friends who do that. Um, yeah, I know. I have a friend, and the guy's jacked, and he's a healthy dude. Built like a brick house, right? Like just jacked, 6'2", solid. Got to weigh at least 220, 230, a solid muscle. Kind of the guy we all wish we could be like at 45, and he tells me he drinks a pot of coffee and then goes to bed. Like he's one of those. And he was saying he has like 2 to 3 pots daily, which I'm like, oh my word. And he's one of the calmest people I've ever met. so, so they say that's the thing. Like if you have ADHD, it tends to have the opposite effect of stimulant. It tends to mellow you out. So, as you know me, I do like my stimulants, and as you know me, I do have ADHD, which some find annoying, but I like my productivity that I have from having ADHD. Like, I feel like I don't know. I've had people try to be like, Vyvanse is a thing. You should take some medication, and I'm like, nah, nah. I like the running thoughts to be bouncing off up in here, and then kind of slowly but surely like fall into line. So I'm a list guy. If I have a list for my day, I always get it done because I thrive in structure. So, as I said, I feel like, I don't know, you meet most entrepreneurs and they're all just ADHD as all hell. And it's kind of a superpower if you have it down, man. So I like my ADHD, bro. It's very helpful. But yeah, I've definitely been on the 2 pots a day route, but when I do that, I'm so amped up all the time. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like through the roof, and I'm pretty high energy as it is. So it's like, I don't know. There's like no real reason to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, like I'll just keep my caffeine intake to like, if I'm really going hard, I'll have like 400 milligrams of caffeine daily. But I don't know. I remember I was at the hospital one time and the nurse was like, "How much caffeine do you have a day?" I was like, "At most 400, normally under 3." And the guy laughed at me and said, "Yeah, I have a gram a day." And I was like, "Ah." And I've been doing it for 20 years, bro. Welcome to healthcare. And I was like, "Wow, I am a weakling, evidently." So I'm a wuss, evidently. What can we say? So I could go harder. I could go harder, but I don't know. I enjoy being amped up, but I really do appreciate a solid state of calm. You know what I mean? Um, and I feel like I feel like I like being amped up, but I'm a little bit more actually productive when I am in a state of calm throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like when I'm too amped up, I'm just too amped up, and I don't get anything done. I'm just like like run for the hills, run for the hills. I'm kind of like, I don't know, hiding from tigers and bears for no reason, right? So I like to. That's why I like my cigars because they're just kind of mellow, they're chill. Yes, healthcare will run you ragged. Yeah, my ex girlfriend was a nurse, and everyone always told me like, and I lived by a really major famous hospital on the East Coast for years. So I like, owning martial arts schools, I taught a ton of healthcare workers and doctors. And so I was told like never date someone in healthcare, never do it, have a ton of healthcare in my family, and tons of respect for you if you do it. Like it's great. If you like it, great. All respect for you. I'm just not cut out for that. That's not me at all. Like I don't want to do that for a minute. But yeah, as I said, my ex girlfriend was an ICU nurse, and so yeah, it definitely did not last. And after that ended, I was like, no, I appreciate they make good money and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool the 3 days on, 3 days off, stuff like that. But I'm like, I wouldn't want to date anyone in healthcare ever again. Let alone marry. Like, I actually, I want to get married. I want to find a wife, right? That's what I'm actively looking for. I actually do want to find a wife, not like rushing anything, but I do want to find a good wife to settle down with and build a life with. Think more long term, you know what I mean? But definitely, career is a big one. That is a very, very big one. And if their careers don't align, it's like good luck. I don't know. Maybe you guys have tremendous success. Like I said, tons of respect. But for me, like that difference, and then the big thing too for me as I run into is that like I can do far better, but I have done very well for myself despite everything. So on paper I should not have done well according to like all the studies and statistics and everything else, and I've taken immense pleasure in proving all those wrong. But I've done very well for myself, despite my lack of formal education. But I've had a tremendous amount of education in other avenues, while not formal. Um, but yeah, yeah, as I said, whenever I date someone who every relationship I've been in, where the person has been something that requires a really high level education, they always seem to end up resenting me because they view me as having less of an education but doing better. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think that's more of a personal issue, or I think that's more of a character flaw on my behalf in choosing someone. Um, I think that's more of a me issue, to be quite frank with you. I don't think that's the necessarily individual issue. That's probably just my choosing of young ladies. I don't know guys. What kind of girls should I look for next? What do you think? What do you think? All my friends tell me the same thing. I got to have someone who is high energy, who can keep up with me. But as I said, you can give me advice, but it won't work because I am terrified of women, so I don't speak to any ever. Ha ha ha! I'm joking. I'm joking. But as I said, I went through. I'm joking. Yeah. No, yeah. As of recently, massive waste of time. But for a bit there, I was just going crazy, and I was going on like 2, 3 dates a week, which is like way too much. Don't do that for your mental sake, for your soul, for everything. Do not do that. And once you don't remember any of their names and they all kind of like mold in together, or once you get to the point where you've gone on, so yeah, last month I had a weekend where I went on 3 dates on a weekend, all while working a solid 10 to 12 hour day each day. I went on 3 different dates with 3 different girls. All 3 were named Kelsey. Do not know how that happened. It did not work out with any of them, which is probably my fault. But I thought the story was kind of funny. Yeah, I know it's like it's juvenile and immature, but you know you gotta have a funny story every so often. But as I said, all the girls were sweet, but none of them like none of them I want to pursue for anything. You know what I mean? I was like, as I said, I'm wife searching out here, so I was kind of like, like you're cool, but let me let you run free. Let me let you run free. I'm not the best person for you long term, so be free. Best of luck to you, and find someone who's a better fit. Which, as I said, the downside, if you go on that like that's why go have a cigar, go on a date, have a cigar, go on a date, cigar, date, cigar, take care of me, mentally get to chill, relax, be around great friends and company. Date, 50-50 chance to even like the person, will cost me more, and will be a pain in the tail, might be drama. Or might be amazing, who knows. But like, which one do you choose? Probably cigar. Just, probably cigar is the healthier long-term choice. Don't even get me started on the gum cancer, but probably a better choice long-term is just smoke that cigar. Just smoke that cigar and just, smoke that cigar and choose peace. What can we say? There are many ways to live your life, but peaceful life is a beautiful life. Drama-free life is a great life. I have enough drama in my day today, so why add more drama to my life for any reason? For any reason. And my life is pretty exciting as it is, so I think I will choose to focus on my life and have my excitement that way. Yes, smoking good company is the best thing of all time, and iron sharpens iron. So when you have the right group of friends, I'm telling you, it's like male therapy and bonding and motivation, and just it's a grand old time if you ask me. So I would recommend it. That or like go work on cars. You know what I mean? Like work on cars, play sport. I've gotten back into my sport besides martial arts, obviously, because I do a tremendous amount of that. But my sport is tennis. Is like my love. I love tennis. Like I am so white, it's crazy. I love tennis. but it's such a great sport. Brings me so much joy. So I am on the prowl to find more tennis buddies. That's been my current thing. I'm trying to find more people and be like, hey, you want to play tennis with me? So that I've been trying to get into pickleball because that's what's in at the moment. And that's like close enough cousin to tennis where like I'll still enjoy it. I don't know. I like tennis more. I just do. I like to run around the court and just destroy myself. I saw some doctor videos like, tennis is really not that healthy as a sport. You really could get better cardio doing other stuff. And I'm like, who the hell do you play with? Tennis is an amazing sport. Tennis is an amazing, amazing sport. But besides that, so play, perfect Sunday, go to church, chill, have an awesome breakfast, a long night of restful sleep, wake up, do your thing, chill with your friends, family, whatever it is. Go play a ton of tennis,